Hey everyone, my name is Derek, and in this video I'm going to explain to you how you can double your appointment booking rate for your dental practice by implementing these strategies. So lead nurturing obviously is essential to warm up cold leads that come in from your advertising campaign so that they're ready to book appointments with your practice. And a proper appointment setting process is also essential to get those high quality appointments booked. And again, my name is Derek, and if you're not familiar with me, I own a dental marketing agency called Umbra Media. I've also developed the TAP system, which is a reliable and scalable patient acquisition system that helps dentists get high quality new patients and appointments on their calendars on TAP. Anyways, on to the video. So today I want to tell you a little bit about the bonus pillar of the TAP system, which is lead nurturing and appointment setting. So in my past 3 videos, I talked about the first 3 pillars about how we can generate more leads, generate more new patients through different client acquisition channels. And with this bonus pillar, it really ties the entire system all together. So all the leads that come in through those systems, they get filtered into our lead nurturing and appointment setting process, and you can implement this into your practice to make sure that you're nurturing the leads and you're closing more booked appointments. So basically, getting in contact with the lead is the first part of the sales process. And it's highly important to convert leads to booked appointments because leads don't mean anything at all unless they're being reached out to, unless they're being engaged, and they're actually interested in your services. In almost any aspect or any business, in almost any business, lead nurturing is essential in converting a cold lead to a paying customer or client. And I'd argue that this is actually one of the most important parts of the entire marketing and sales process. It is incredibly easy to run ads and get leads to give you their information as long as the ad copy looks good and the added creative looks good, and you have like a really good offer. People will probably just give you their contact information, but that doesn't mean anything because they're just a lead. What you're looking for as a dental practice owner or a dentist is filled chairs. You want booked appointments, filled chairs, people that actually show up. Leads don't mean anything to you. So it's much harder to get leads to book to actually convert to booked appointments. It's not hard to actually get the leads. So let's say you go to a car dealership and you show interest in one of the cars, you chat with the salesperson, but you're not just ready to buy just yet, and you end up leaving. And then you receive a call the next day asking you about your experience, asking you about the car, how you're feeling about the car, and you just say, I'm not just ready yet, I'm still looking at a couple other places, I'm still thinking about the car and which car works best for me. They say, no problem at all, I'll give you a call the next day, or I'll give you a text the next day and I'll follow up with you. And then they follow up with you again, maybe the next day by email or text, and then they call you. You don't pick up, unfortunately, because you're a little bit busy, but they leave you a personal voicemail. And this goes on for a couple days. So you're constantly getting messages from this car dealership, from the salesperson. They're top of your mind. You're starting to heavily now consider this car that you went in to look at because this person keeps contacting you, they keep bringing it up in your mind, they keep nurturing the relationship with you, and then you finally answer them and you set up a meeting and you go in to purchase a car. And so this whole entire idea of a lead nurture process can be replicated in your practice. A lead comes through from an advertisement, you have your front desk call them right away, and ideally you want to have them call in the first 5 minutes. So studies show that actually after 5 minutes, a lead's chance of actually booking an appointment, it goes down by 80%, an entire 80%. So this is what we call speed to lead. So the faster that you contact them, the hotter they are because they just filled out your interest form, they just filled out the lead form from your ad, they're already interested, so you want to get them right when they're interested. The longer you wait, the more they're going to just forget about what they just did. They're just going to move on with their day. They probably forgot about that ad that they just looked at. They probably already forgot about your practice. And so reaching them as soon as possible keeps their motivation high so that they'll actually want to book an appointment with you. If you wait a day, they're going to forget about it. So make sure that you're having your front desk or your reception, call any new leads that come in from your ad campaigns within 5 minutes, and continually follow up with them. And so an easy way to do this is actually just leveraging automations and sequences to systemize your lead nurturing, because you can't always guarantee that your front desk is going to have the time to call somebody within 5 minutes of them coming in from an ad campaign. So what you can do is you can leverage an automation so that whenever someone comes in from an ad campaign, you just enter them into a workflow and they just get a text message, they get an email, they get a voicemail drop asking them about when they would like to come in for an appointment. We have X vouchers left. When would you like to come in? Hey, we're still running our offer. Are you still interested? And do this on a drip sequence for, over the course of 7 days. We found that works really well. And then once they actually respond, that'll notify you and your team to give them a call. And because once they respond, it really did show that they indicate interest. It's almost like a double confirm. And on that call, you ask them qualifying questions like, hey, when are you thinking of actually getting this done? How committed are you to actually getting this procedure done? Do you have the budget saved up for something like this? You can ask, questions about, oh, what do you do for work? So you can try to get a gauge of how much money they make so that you can see if they're actually able to afford your services. You can also ask them, like, what's your credit score, to see if they qualify for your payment plans or your third-party financer. All these questions just to make sure they're actually a good fit for the service that you're providing. Otherwise, you don't need to book them in, because if they're not a good fit, they'll end up just not buying, or they might end up just not showing up to the appointment, wasting your time, wasting their time, wasting your team's time. And it's better to just tell them, hey, it doesn't sound like you're just ready just yet to book an appointment with us, or you're not just ready to move forward with a treatment. So why don't we reach out to you later on, or you can reach back out to us, and we can talk about it then when it seems to be a better time. And a lot of dental practices actually don't like the idea of contacting the leads in this manner, because it comes off as spammy. But these leads have a genuine interest in you, in your service, in your practice, and that's exactly why they filled out the lead form or the landing page from the advertisement. And you have a duty to get them to come in, because they truly need your service. They're interested in your services and care. And people get busy, so they forget that they even signed up. So you need to have a thorough process in place to make sure that you're nurturing the relationship and that you're reaching out to them so that your practice is at the top of their mind. So what is an ideal lead nurture sequence, and what are some of the best practices that you should do? So when you get a lead in from an advertising campaign or even a patient reactivation campaign, whatever it is, call them within 5 minutes. It's going to be top of their mind. You want to get them when they are warmest. So calling them within 5 minutes is going to most likely get them to pick up the phone. After that, much less likely. Always double dial to get past the do not disturb feature. So the do not disturb feature on the iPhone, it won't, if you call just one time, it'll just silence the call. But Apple assumes that if you call them twice in a row in a rapid succession, that it's an emergency. So they'll actually let that second call through. So if they are on do not disturb, you actually will be able to get past that feature, so you actually can reach your lead. So for our team, we always double dial whenever we have a notification to manually double dial the lead. They'll always double dial so that they can reach the lead and get past that do not disturb feature if it is on. And then for us, we always follow up with them every single day for 4 days minimum. We dial double them twice a day for those 4 days. So that's essentially 8 reach outs by phone, which is the ideal method. And on top of this, we also do texts, emails, and voicemail drops, so that it's really hard for them to forget about the offer that they just signed up for, because we're reaching out to them so often, because obviously they signed up for this. They signed up for the offer, they're interested, and it's our team's job to reach out to our clients' leads to make sure that they book an appointment. So what are some qualifying questions that I should ask to set the appointment, or what should my front desk ask? Questions like time frame, asking, how soon are you actually looking to get this done? Because there's going to be people who are just kind of like shopping around. Maybe if it's for an Invisalign treatment, they'll just be like, oh, I was thinking of getting it in 6 months' time. Well, obviously this isn't going to be a very good lead, because they're not ready to move forward soon. So for this question, you want to get a gauge of when they're looking to get the actual treatment, so you can make sure they're actually a good fit. And if they're not, you can just ask them to call back at a later time, or you can reach back out to them at a later time. The other question is financial capability. So especially if you're advertising for higher ticket services like implants, like Invisalign, full arch cases, veneers, bonding, whatever it is that costs a lot more for a patient to go through, you want to make sure that they actually have the budget for it, because a lot of people who are coming across these ads, they might not actually know how much these procedures cost. They just saw, wow, this is a really great offer, I'm going to just sign up. So you want to get a gauge of if they have a budget saved up for this, if they're actually serious about this, if they have insurance, which will help them cover the cost of the procedure. You can also use this time to tell them, kind of the range of the price of your services, so they have a good idea and gauge whether or not they're actually going to move forward with it. And the last one is commitment or motivation. So we always ask the leads that come in for our clients, like, why did you sign up for our offer? What are you looking to get out of this? What is the ideal outcome of coming in for this procedure or coming in for the consultation? What are you looking to get out of it? And if it seems they're a little bit wishy-washy and they're not really sure, it just means that they're not a very motivated lead. You want to have motivated leads that actually turn into booked appointments, because then they're more likely to show up for the appointment. They're more likely to move forward with the treatment and actually buy services from you. Otherwise, if they're just kind of looking around or shopping around, then they're not going to end up buying. They're not very motivated. They're not committed. So you want to gauge their level of commitment with these qualifying questions. And so you're probably also asking, well, how do I increase my appointment booking rate? And the best thing that I suggest you do is implement sales training for your team. So when you're hiring front desk staff and you're hiring a receptionist, or maybe even just a patient intake coordinator, your office manager, they typically aren't sales trained. They're more operational, they're more administrative, and you want to give them the sales training because they're going to be the first people that call the leads. They're going to be the first people that answer new patient inquiries. And having really good sales training will, without a doubt, increase your appointment booking rate, because they're going to know exactly what to say. They're going to know exactly how to motivate the lead to move into a booked appointment. If somebody is calling your practice and they're just asking like, hey, how much is X treatment? And your receptionist just tells them, oh, it's this amount of money. Any other questions? The lead be like, oh, no, I got exactly what I came in for. Have a good day. You just lost a very good potential booked appointment. You just lost a potential sale right there, because this person was obviously interested in this type of service, in this type of treatment. And your receptionist just didn't know what to do. They just answered their question basically what they asked for. But what they could do if they had sales training is ask them questions like, oh yeah, this is going to be, it's going to come out to a range of this amount, but it's going to depend, it's going to really depend, and that's what's going to be figured out during the consultation with our doctor. Can I ask you, why are you looking to get this treatment? Tell me a little bit more about your situation. And then they can ask them those qualifying questions like, hey, what's the time frame you're looking to get this done in? How committed are you to getting this done? Do you have a budget saved up? And it kind of helps the lead get a little bit warmer, get a little bit more comfortable with your practice, and it's going to inevitably result in a higher appointment booking rate for your practice. So implementing some sales training for your team is going to go a long way for helping you get some more booked appointments from either your leads that are coming in organically from your website traffic, from your Google page, maybe even from your own patient base, or from your leads from your advertising campaign, who are much, much colder. So you want to implement that sales training to make sure that you can go from a cold lead to a warm lead, and then to a booked appointment to someone who shows up, which I'll cover in the next video. And that's that. So if you're struggling to get new patients and can't figure out how to get high quality appointments on your schedule, then click the first link in the description. Don't worry, there's no case study or anything like that. Just a video of me telling you a little bit about what we do and the system that I've built to help dentists solve their patient acquisition problem. If it's something you're interested in learning a little bit more about, you can check it out, and you can book a strategy call with me and my team. It's completely free, and we'll just go over some things about your practice, learn a little bit more about you, and come up with a strategy. You don't have to click it or anything like that, but if it's there, if you're struggling in your practice to get new patients and you want to learn how to solve that. Also, if you want a community of dentists and dental office managers that are like-minded, that are passionate about dentistry and dental marketing, check out the link in the description where you can join my Facebook group. There'll be a lot more goodies, a lot more resources in there, a lot more free trainings, so check that out as well. Anyway, that's that for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like the video. Also, leave a comment if you have any video ideas or suggestions you'd like me to cover for you in my future videos. And make sure you subscribe if you like the content. Hope you have an amazing day. And thank you so much for watching till the end. Keep crushing it in your practice, and I hope to see you in the next video.